don't seem to know the origin of the Padstow horse. We claim that it goes back, 4,000 years, and that's a darn long time, by now. 4,000 years. Then there's another story, is that in the year 1341, the majority of the men were away fighting, and some Danish king or Danish fleet supposed to have tried to land at Padstow, and the women went out and dressed up in this weird-looking thing, got it out on Stepper Point, and they thought that it was the Satanic Majesty himself, and they all got to their boats and fled, you see. That's one yarn. But what we claim that goes back further than that.
This is Colonel Biggs speaking, and I've carried it for 48 years, and the family, 120 years. I've heard my mother say, and my brothers will stand in front of me now, and as I follow all the family right through, and when I'm gone west, my son will keep Mayday up. Will keep Mayday forever and ever. And I took that horse from the Golden Lion, 10 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock in the evening without a break. But I'm very sorry to say I can't do it now. But all the same, I got my sons here who follow their father's footsteps.
Well, when we hear Dickie Benter's drum, we feel that we must be at the Golden Lion and follow the Abios, you see. It's sort of something which built up inside of you, and you don't feel content until you are with the horse. And not only that doesn't apply only to the members of the party, it applies, I think, to the whole of the original Padstow families. In the fact that rain or shine or whatever happens, we see them out year after year, the same faces, and they almost got their own little place to stand. And then, well, you can't keep them away. With a double-barrel gun sort of, there they are. You know they're going to be there. It's sort of more or less a fixture on May Day morning.
About 80 years ago, there were a number of people in Padstow who thought that they knew best, and they used every means possible to prevent the Abios coming out. They thought if they could only do it for 1 year, then it could be stopped altogether. You see, just at that time, the Abios party had got somewhat disreputable. Perhaps there was too much drunkenness. It had certainly got very rough. Padstow was different then from what it is now. There was this faithful band who were determined, despite all the threats and bribery and every persuasion imaginable, they still persisted that they would come out, and they did. And I think we should be very grateful now for their faithfulness in having preserved for us this very ancient custom, which undoubtedly is one of the oldest of its kind in Great Britain.
11 o'clock is 11 o'clock, you see, and when it comes to 11 o'clock they must go out. And Gran says they can have no more beer after 11 o'clock. What they have beforehand, well, we're officially open, unofficially and officially open all day long. Well, that's Cornish, you see.
Well, I let them have a pint before they go out, and I let them have two when they come back. Is that right, Roderick? That's right. That's right.
Officially and unofficially, we are.
Midnight, our Aussie choir, as we term them, start singing the night song. Unite and unite, and let us all unite, for summer is a coming today, and whither we are going we will all unite in the merry morning of May. Then it's, I warn you young men, every one, for summer is a coming today, to go into the greenwood, fetch the May home in the merry morning of May. Now our next verse concerns our dear old landlady here, Mrs. Cooch. Rise up, Mrs. Cooch, I know you well and fine, for summer is a coming today. You have a shilling in your purse, I wish it was in mine, in the merry morning of May. And if you look out of the windows on May the 1st, you'll see Padstow outside of the Golden Lion. And when I say Padstow, I mean Padstow. Padstonians.
Well, the 1st of May, when 1st of May, sir, I come out, and off I go again, and run right down through the street, after the young ladies, you know, and I take them inside us, you see, take them inside us. Oh, they really love it. I tuck you down, and all I got to do is just put my arms around them, but I got inside of it, I only just put my hand down, you know, around and around, and then they let it just for the tickle them under the rib. And, right, I don't really keep them there 1 minute, and I toss up again, and after someone else. And they are, and then the song goes, in the merry morning of May.
About a fortnight before Whitson, they used to come in the elephant yard and dance and practice for the next fortnight, see? And dance every night. And then right up to the Saturday night before Whitson. If it was wet, they dance in the tap room. The Saturday night before Whitson, they'd have a real beano. So they'd have plenty of dancing and plenty of helpmates to go and come in with them. This young man which was beside of me now, Brannan, was the man that would start collecting on the Saturday night, prepare them for Monday morning. Then we come Monday morning, see that's where we're going to. Come Monday morning, they'd start then at 8 o'clock at our place, half a pint of beer they'd have, no more, nothing whatsoever. And then put a bit in the box, ready for starting. I used to put them a bit in as well and start them off.
Hey to the mill. Come on, wake up, Mark. Hey, ladder him up, Harry.
Come down with the old horse buses, and there was a crowd outside, Bigger than what it is today, ever so much bigger. And they was always dancing and going on, and the tunes were, the dances was real. If they wasn't doing it real, the old people, the old dancers, which my father-in-law was an old dancer, and he'd say, "Not doing it right, you know, Tom? No, come on, my lads, pick 'em up, keep those hankies up in the air, and put some life in it, or you won't get anything at night."
Six to keep better with it. Who else would there be now?
And the fool, and the coat carrier.
What's the fool do then?
Well, we dance with a bladder, dances around, keeps them all alive. See?
The fool, a merry man is he, with ever ready wit, with his elastic limbs as nimble every bit. In comic hat and gossoon dress, and a horse's bladder strung to a short stout staff tied on with a leather saw. Bells on his shoulders, bells round his knees. They said he was the perfect fool, one and all agrees. His scaggy hat he passes through, in and out the crowd. On every penny he does get, I'm sure he's mighty proud. If he tires them with his chatter-patter, the money helps the box to fill, so what matter? All the children laugh and clap at his tricks as acrobat. But if they don't precaution take, they taste his bladder, not the cake. Our dancers 6, all well-trained men must be, picked from the village best you see. With legs as straight as a poplar tree, they clap all together and bend the knee. In well-trimmed bowler hats, ribbons broad and bright, white pocket handkerchiefs, all dressed in white. Power fiddler too, let me tell you, the old tunes he knows quite well, and plays them on his old fiddle without itch.
Well, folks, welcome to Folk on Saturday, which is coming live from the Eagle Public House in Bampton, where our hosts are John and Lynn Shuker, the landlord and landlady, and of course the guests here, main guests are the Bampton Morris. Rod Stradlin playing for them, and what are they going to dance for us, Rod?
Jenny Lynn.
Jenny Lynn. Bampton Morris Men.
please. I think it very unkind of you to ask me for to sing, for it doesn't lie within me power to do any such a thing. But seeing as you ask me to, I'll see what I can do. And when I comes to the chorus, you must all help me too, you must all help me too. I fell in love with a lovely cook, the truth I can't deny. But why a cook should be me love, I'll tell you the reason why. For she has plenty of mince pies, plum puddings and roast beef. And when me belly is empty, she gave to me relief, she gave to me relief. I received an invitation, some supper for to take, and gladly did accept it, all for me belly's sake. And after supper was over, of the cupboard she took the keys. One pocket she crammed with butter, the other she crammed with cheese, the other she crammed with cheese. I hadn't been sitting there very long, not half an hour or more, when master of the house came home rat-tatting at the door. And I not knowing where to hide up the chimney, I did fly. And there I sat on a catalogue like a sweep exalted high, like a sweep exalted high. I hadn't been sitting there very long, taking off me ease, when the fire started to melt me butter, likewise to toast me cheese. And every drop that fell below, it made the fire to flare. Master looked up the chimney and swore the old devil was there, and swore the old devil was there. They climbed up to the chimney top and poured some water down. They swilled me out of the bottom and I ran up the town. As I did run, the dogs did bark, the children loudly squall. All the old women cries, well a day, there goes butter and cheese and all, there goes butter and cheese and all.
Splendid, Francis. A lovely old Oxfordshire song. Now about Bampton, they tell me Bampton have been dancing 1,000 years, and on a Whit Monday by about 6 o'clock at night when they're so full of beer and worn out, they look as though they are. But anyway, you've been dancing with them how long?
Since 1935.
And you took over from
Jinky Wells?
Wells?
Yeah, Jinky Wells, yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about Jinky? And you were telling me the other week about it.
Well, I'll tell you about the first day I ever started dancing anyway. In those days they had what they called a ragman. That was the lad that went there and carried all the coats for the dancers. The big strap round your shoulder, stuck all the coats in, carried it around, followed the dancers round. Well, I did that in the morning, and then Jinky Wells said to me, well, it's about time you had a dance. So I danced during the afternoon, which was great, packed up. And Mondays you used to go up to Jinky's house to share out the money, you see, all the box that you collected during the day. So I went up there as a young novice, and all the dancers there, they got about 9 pudding basins on the table. And the senior dancers, they sort of shared out all the money like this. They put it into each pudding basin like that. There was one for each dancer. And there was a few bob left on the table. And the other lads, I think they put a shilling back each them days. And I finished up with 12 bob. That was my first collection from the Morris, was 12 shillings. And I think my mother bought me a pair of boots to go and dance the next year. I think that's what it happened anyway. That's how I started my Morris dancing.
Great, but you became the squire when?
Ah, no, it's a long time ago. Jinky, I took over from Jinky before he retired, a long time before he retired. I suppose it was about 30 years ago, I think, something like that. Been doing squire. Because we don't change our squires like other teams every 2 years, you know. They get one good one and they stick to him, you see. That's what
Tell me, lovely. You're taking the lads to the Albert Hall?
Yes. Oh, they're taking me. I don't know which. We're going to the Albert Hall anyway, the 13th, 14th of February.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
And you can swear at them when they don't dance properly, I notice that.
Oh, yes. I really put my foot down sometimes.
Good.
I'm only one of the team, really, but they listen to me sometimes anyway.
Good. And how about the next dance? Can you tell us about it? They're going to dance for us now.
They're going to dance... Step and Fetcher, is it? Step and Fetcher.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, Rod.
Nice dance.
Let Rod come into the microphone.
Yes.
And you'll go with the lads and dance a Step and Fetcher.
Right.
So here we are. Lovely old Bampton dance, and you want to see them on the Whit Monday. It's fantastic. If you've never been, folks, you want to come here any Whit Monday from about 9 o'clock in the morning, is it, Rod?
Well, we start at 8:30.
8:30. Well, around the village gardens, and it's great. Here we are, over to Rod and the lads, Step and Fetcher. over to Francis Shergold, the caller with the Morris 8 band. What are you going to give us, Francis?
I'm going to give you Gallopede. Right, can we have a long way set? Gallopede. Gents this side, ladies that side. Come on, everybody up. Come on, one or two more up. You all know Gallopede. Come on.
Oh, Maggie.
Okay then. Right. Okay, band. Right. Forward and back. Forward and back. Over you go. Forward and back. Over you go. Everybody. Good singing. Very criminal. Right up, forward and back.
And with our ships sinking slowly in the west, we say farewell to Bampton, Padstow and point southwest.
Father before. Dancing, that was, wasn't it? Dancing, Morris. running up the church path and hiccups.
You're on the end of that street, I'm afraid you tip one of these days on the end.
How's that?
Look this way, Oliver.
Jerk? Jerk? Listen to the bell. Is it going? It doesn't, the people won't know.
He keeps going on the end of that street, that's it. Tip up one of these days.
I can't listen to the bell. See if it's going.
They were running ones, Ted. I thought there was a few still photos that I can contend with, but running ones are different.
I took around the Eagle last night. I had a lift on, they're not here to give up hands. That's what we do now, just the same.
They haven't changed that.
He chatted to Ted apparently when Ted was on his way, and Ted asked him up too.
Went to Adrian's, got some stuff yesterday.
Yeah.
And when I went round to school, I got it in something there, honestly. It's all clean, it's brilliant. Everything there. And they put the fridge on for me and all, because Robin would go down there in the morning. So I put the milk. Because I thought I might want to make some tea today, so they could get milk tomorrow morning if I wanted from the spa, you know, but I thought if they'd come down, they might want some tea. The only thing I've got to take up there later on is a frame.
Right, at ridge level is where the ringing chamber is, where we were, and then the chamber above that, which is just underneath the clock face, is the clock and chime chamber, and then up in the level where the louvers are above the clock is where the bells are hung. And then from there you just got an open space right up the inside of the spire.
He's not going to video your camp, is he?
That's as well, yeah. He took me on the balcony this morning, I think.
One more.
Hey?
Jamie, they want to dance, sir.
I'll get you what you
Go on, one more.
What do you want? Let's see the speed of my hand there.
I think they want one more in the middle.
Jamie said he'd do it. We'll get the video.
Pour the beer down this road. Right? Get the way, Rex.
Jealousy of getting nowhere, sure,
Morning. How you doing? Are you moving yet? I'm just moving there.
Oh, back off the elephant. I'll try that after.
And take a little one.
Yeah, one-man band. Unfortunately, this daddy, here, but
Oh, George! I don't have time to use them today.
Good morning. I'm not sure.
That's where we're dancing today.
I think don't we, wait a minute.
That looks good.
Smile.
Yeah, I can smile. Yeah. I saw the... I don't... Yeah, almost right.
I wouldn't smell that hand.
Just I was gonna ask you. Oh dear, might make it.
Jonathan Ventura, this one, we don't play this radio.
Okay. The object of the exercise is... You've got a long lead, haven't you?
And it's got a pack of all sorts of different people, so people that are asking about the tradition.
C'est pas si c'est dans le
natural composting. What are you on about?
Don't take long to grow around here.
Dig of the day. Surprisingly tight.
Ted! This way, you daft fucker!
I had something more in.
20 minutes ago, I came up a call on you to bring you up. Hang on, you're right in front of this video camera.
Sorry, Rob.
Well, I'm the only one who's got the range on the range, and where I am near Burnley, I'm not going to starting with 8:38, when right past my birthday. It's already full. That would have been right. See, it's not like that idea. It's fantastic. I'd have went to the Padstow and the 4 o'clock in the morning when it started getting going.
Well, it was a school I remember. Not in the school.
Keep running. I can't. I'm guessing. I'm hoping.
Are you appearing every one of your own films?
Keep going.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything you can do, I can do better, isn't it? This side of the west.
We've got some friends that came and we went to the
to guarantee to keep it a bit longer. And then gay people can do that, don't they? They can kiss people like that. Why don't you come out now? I'm trying to tell you.
Oh dear! You're still in Sunny Longer. Oh God! Should have popped out. Fine. Give me a ring. Billy, do you have a pleased to see you? Yeah. I'll pop them Jolly Hot Coffee. Millstone, you want to go in? Cornish week, see? I got the Lincoln trim, haven't we? We finished the book with the back in here. I prefer it to be now.
Yeah, scratching. Get me out of sleep.
Wish you warned me.
I'm not letting you stand behind me.
You're doing it different from everybody else. Just a bit more. Point of that white wire here. Big wing. The wing. Wait there we go. Oh, that's Tony Dallas. The sack of bread, yeah. Tony. Bill Dallas.
Oh dear.
Made me cough.
It's gone. Enjoying that?
Yeah, good now well.
Oh,
Dangerous for the shore of North Yorkshire. I see, Casablanca. I think last time I went to Casablanca with Mark and Paul. Remember Casablanca? An hour ago. Breakfast, Gracer. No, with Ian Thompson after the Charlton. I remember the Charlton, I don't remember the Casablanca. Right up in the morning, put the shoes on, put the right foot forward. Just leave it because we don't have the
Same again.
All right.
Nice weather. Oh, we always let you in.
When you drain the pond and all down there, you know, when they turn fucking water. When we fished in that bit, it was so long. And minnows and oh, something off the field. Oh yeah, oh. We've got about he's taking a new picture. And a new mission. That is a picture. They all get down. Then we have to all let them please find out who's going to put come back. This is absolutely it's a long run trying to take these people to come along. Yeah, a lot. You can't came back on.
up my own village on a ball of town. I have my own town. Oh, you're quite there. Yeah. I'm saving up to buy the whole street, you see. If I can do that, I reckon I've got it made now. I'm buying a street off. Do you know that? Power. Complete.
Doesn't start there.
They're trying to do ups in here.
Yeah, I know. Look at that.
You ran off a stick in front of it.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Just flinging yourself up into the crowd and watching them shit.
Kind of forces back to the wall or the... Larry's trying to break. Oh, got him.
Johnny's so loud at the fair!
I'll pull you up.
I've been waiting for you. Trevor! You called Denny? Call Denny. What's there?
No, James got right here. Come on in, you two.
It's known as twinkle toes.